Welcome to Upvote Stories, where we bring you the most spine-chilling, jaw-dropping tales you won't believe are real. Today's story? Imagine moving in with the perfect roommate, polite, clean, and seemingly normal. But what if that perfect roommate was hiding a horrifying secret? What if your dream living situation turned into a waking nightmare? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because trust me, this is one story you won't want to hear alone in the dark. Now let's begin. It all started when I moved into a new city for my job. Rent was expensive and I needed a roommate fast. That's when I met Daniel. On paper, he was the ideal roommate, clean, quiet, responsible. His references were solid, and when we met, he was polite and a little shy, but friendly enough. Honestly, I thought I hit the jackpot. For the first few months, everything was fine. We had our own routines, and he even cooked extra food for me sometimes. I couldn't have asked for a better living situation. But then, things started to get weird. The first sign that something was off happened late one night. I woke up thirsty and went to the kitchen for water. That's when I saw Daniel standing completely still in the middle of the living room, staring at the wall. No phone, no TV, no sound. Just standing. At first I thought he was sleepwalking, so I called his name softly. He didn't respond, but as soon as I took a step closer, he snapped his head toward me, fast, too fast. His eyes were wide, like I had just caught him doing something he shouldn't. Then, without a word, he walked into his room and shut the door. I told myself it was just one of those weird, half-awake moments. But something about it unsettled me, and it only got worse. One day, while Daniel was at work, the Wi-Fi suddenly went out. The router was in his room, but when I went to reset it, I found his door locked. That was strange. Daniel never locked his door. He always said he had nothing to hide. Later that night, I casually asked him about it. He looked at me for a long time before finally saying, "Just a habit, I guess." Except, from that night on, his door was always locked. A few nights later, I woke up to a faint scratching noise. At first, I thought it was just the wind against the window, until I realized it was coming from inside the apartment. The sound was coming from Daniel's room. Soft at first, then faster, desperate, like something or someone was clawing at the wood. I sat up in bed, my heart pounding. After a minute, the noise stopped. No footsteps, no door opening, just silence. The next morning, I acted normal, but I kept watching Daniel. He was his usual self, calm, polite, normal. But I knew now that something was deeply wrong. I finally got my answer when Daniel left town for a weekend. The moment he was gone, my curiosity got the best of me. I needed to know what was behind that locked door. I tried the handle. Locked, as expected. But then I remembered. Our maintenance guy had left a spare key in the kitchen drawer. I hesitated, but something in my gut told me I had to see. When I unlocked the door, I felt my stomach drop. The room was nothing like I expected. There was no bed, no dresser, just a small desk, a chair, and dozens of photographs. All of me. Some from inside the apartment, others from outside my work. There were even pictures of me sleeping. My breath caught in my throat as I turned to the closet. Slowly, I opened the door, and that's when I saw it. A hidden crawl space. Inside was a pile of torn clothing, a knife, and what looked like human hair. That was it. I bolted. I didn't even pack. I ran to my room, grabbed my keys and phone, and left. I drove to a friend's place and called the police. When they searched the apartment, Daniel's room was completely empty, like he had never lived there. No clothes, no furniture, no photos, nothing. It was like he had been waiting for the right moment to disappear. And the worst part? They never found him. And that's how what seemed like the perfect roommate turned into a living nightmare. Who was Daniel? What was he planning? And where did he go? No one knows. Have you ever had a creepy roommate experience, or have you discovered something about someone that made your skin crawl? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying real-life stories. Until next time, stay safe and be careful who you live with.